Welcome to the Commercial Real Estate Show, your source for insightful analysis and enlightening discussions. Hello, I'm Michael Bull. Thanks for being with us on one of the 42 radio stations, on iTunes, on YouTube, or the show website, creshow.com. Well, we have a cool show for you today. We're going to talk about technology. You know, commercial real estate and technology have kind of not been together for many years. Well, now it's coming together. There's a lot of new technology to help us all operate more efficiently. Please welcome my guest. It's Jeff Finn. Jeff is president and CEO of RealNex. And Jeff is not just a technology guy. Jeff has been in the business. So, Jeff, before we get started, tell our listeners a little bit about your past commercial real estate experience and now how you've changed into the technology world.
Oh, sure, Michael, and thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to be with you and to be with your audience today. And my background comes from the brokerage side. For the past 30 years, prior to forming RealNex, I was with the early stage and ultimately became the president and CEO of REI Global. Helped to build that company to a 55-country, 350 office operation, with offices around the world delivering services both on the local level as well as collaboratively through portfolios around the world. And one of the things that we realized very early in putting REI together was that technology was the glue that was going to make us different, make us better, make us more efficient, and help us work seamlessly as a platform. So, you know, I know from the arrows in my back over the years what it's like trying to gain adoption from the brokerage industry with technology. And so found after selling REI and looking for what to do next, found that there was a real opportunity in bringing a technology solution, a comprehensive technology solution to the industry.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that you don't come from the technology side originally, you come from the brokerage side, kind of the real world user. So you have an idea of what our real struggles are and really what we need. And one of the things that is paramount to commercial real estate brokers is a powerful CRM program, right? A customer relationship management program. And you guys didn't just start with something in that regard that was new. You went out and got one of the industry's best, right? Tell us about that.
Well, it's interesting. And you look at RealNex, and let me just take one step back before I answer that question. RealNex had a vision that there was a challenge in the industry for adoption because there were so many little pieces of the puzzle out there that anyone to properly implement a solution needed to find multiple solutions and try to figure out how to make them work together. So our strategy from the start was to aggregate and integrate a portfolio of real estate technology companies and make sure that they could all work together seamlessly to provide a holistic solution for the broker at overwhelming value. So the idea was to bring more utility across the platform by putting pieces together and also bringing price down for adoption. Those are a couple of the key reasons that we saw adoption lagging in the commercial real estate industry over time from my experience. And when we went to the market, we looked at a handful of companies that we thought would be core to that strategy, and at the essence of it was CRM. We think it all starts there. And we were fortunate enough, I had a long history working with Tim Cray, who was the founder and developer of REA, Real Estate Assistant. That's over 30 years old company. They have sold in that span over 100,000 licenses, so it's the largest, most pervasive real estate CRM platform in the industry with years of refined experience and tuning to deliver just what the industry needs.
Right.
Not a generic product, but a very highly specialized commercial real estate CRM.
And not built by programmers, it's built by real estate brokers who are using it every day, right?
Well, exactly. Tim was a broker. He saw a challenge in the industry, and this was in the early 80s. It's similar to my experience growing up. You realized there was a challenge. You needed technology to become part of the solution. He was doing his brokerage business, selling apartment buildings, selling office buildings, and leasing space, and realized that he couldn't keep track of all the buyers, the sellers, all the buildings, all the tenants in the market, and built a technology solution that worked for him him, and all of a sudden realized that other people wanted that. So he began to commercialize it in 1984.
Right. And my company, we've been using it for a long time, and and I really recommend it to all my brokers, and we provide it for all our brokers. And I
We appreciate that. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. And I think it's really the Cadillac or the Ferrari, if you will, of CRM programs. It really has a lot of power. Tell us about some of the things that's different about what used to be REA 10, which is now RealNex CRM.
Yep. We're just coming to market now with
Yeah.
that next generation of RealNex CRM.
Okay.
And there's a lot of differences between our platform and others that are out there in the market. A lot of people use a generic and very simple type of contact manager that allows you to track names and phone numbers and basic information, so you know who you know. But it doesn't give you everything that you need about exactly what does that person own, what are they looking for, what do they lease, what is all of your activity history, what are all the documents, what does your deal pipeline look like. So in a variety of ways, the RealNex CRM has become specifically purposed for commercial real estate workflow processes. So it knows how the broker thinks, works, and acts, and it's built a model to do everything for virtually any type of broker. And that's when you talk about the Cadillac and the Ferrari. It is so powerful. It can work for the tenant rep. It can work for the investment sales broker. It can work for the leasing agent with reports and output and workflow designed for each of them. As well as it can work specially for retail, office, industrial, multifamily. So it's got product-specific and process-specific types of workflow that help brokers do their job more efficiently, deliver services to their client, report to their client, and make sure that they are never missing a task, they're on top of their opportunities, and they keep filling their pipeline, right? That's the first thing. They want to keep their pipeline filled by actively canvassing and marketing and driving business, but then more efficiently delivering services. Because if I get a new listing, I want to know exactly who's the right buyer for that, or exactly who's the right tenant for that. And by tracking the market in RealNex CRM, you have real-time information about all of the best prospects for your new listings.
Right.
And the ability to reach them now, because you can generate output of your information and reach right out to them through a marketing campaign.
Right, and it's perfect for brokers, but it's also a great tool for landlords and REITs and property managers, really anybody that's dealing with a lot of information or contacts related to commercial real estate, right?
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
There are a number of landlords and leasing agents, internal leasing agents to landlords that want to manage their prospects and their tenants and the relationships that they have and the business development pursuits that they're going after. So it's global. We've sold licenses in 37 countries around the world, and it's a broad-based platform that works for commercial real estate brokers. There are I would call them resi-mercial brokers, people that want to get into the business, that don't quite know how. This helps them learn how. It gives them all the information they need to know. And those that are owners or operators of property as well. We also find it applicable to other service sectors, appraisers, mortgage brokers, and there's other sectors of the industry that have found a similar type of need that, while it was born for commercial brokerage, all of that information, because it's more than just CRM as you traditionally think about it. All of the market inventory can be tracked. So you know all the buildings in the market. Who are the tenants in those buildings? And we don't provide that data. There's some third-party sources out in the market that most brokers use right now, but that just creates a level playing field. What RealNex is able to do is allow you to be smarter than that level playing field that's been set, because you can track additional information on top of the third-party provided information.
And you can track it the way you're used to working, right? You can come in from a property side or an owner side or whatever, right?
Property side, owner side, tenant side, and it's all relational. A fully relational database that we control every stitch of. It's not built on top of a third-party CRM that you're sort of trying to make a real estate specific application, but it is built from the ground up as a relational real estate property information management system that can run. And this is important, I think, too, as a differentiator. It works at an enterprise level for collaboration across the platform, at a company level, or a team level, or a personal level.
And it's
So
now
we have
available on the cloud, right?
And this is the greatest thing we're really excited about. The when we acquired REA about a year and a half ago, it was a desktop solution, large installed base, but the market was clamoring for a cloud version of that. And we've just released a second generation of our cloud movement, which gives full access to your data on the road and editability of all that data on the road as well. So you're touring a space and you want to generate your client report, you can just type in on your iPhone or iPad or whatever you're using what you did, and it automatically updates the system.
That's fantastic.
This is now, I believe, and we're really excited about it, the only product out in the market today that has the full horsepower of a desktop application, which is valuable and compelling, with the utility and mobility of a cloud-based solution as well.
That's perfect. Well, stay tuned. We're going to have more on technology. This is the Commercial Real Estate Show. I'm Michael Bull. Stay with us. The Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you in part by your friends at Bull Realty. When your business requires proven performance, visit bullrealty.com or call 800-408-BULL. Welcome back to the Commercial Real Estate Show. I'm Michael Bull. Today we're talking about commercial real estate technology. We have Jeff Finn. He's president and CEO of RealNex with us and comes from a brokerage background and now in technology. And Jeff, we were just talking about what used to be REA 10, which is now RealNex CRM, right? And now let's talk about REI Wise. And I think that product will integrate with the CRM program, and REI Wise is a really powerful platform.
Yeah, so as I mentioned in the last call, there were two companies that we really saw as core to the development of RealNex, and two that I had a long time relationship with. The REA, the CRM, was the foundation, and moving to the cloud was the first big step, but then looking at product integration across our suite we thought was critical. And what do you do after you get a listing? What do you do when you want to win a listing, right? So there are two key things we found. The most powerful tool in the market to what we call propose to close was the REI Wise platform.
I like that,
propose to close. So in REI Wise, you're able to, with one touch, develop your proposal, and once won, instantly create your deal room, your property marketing flyer, your flash brochure, your website, and a full comprehensive multi-sectioned offering memorandum with the full due diligence of a property for sale. And comprehensive investment analysis.
I like that.
Comprehensive comparative lease analysis. So you've got the most powerful suite of tools on the marketing side, as well as the what now CCIM endorsed investment analysis platform. They're a large client of ours, and all CCIM members, as a member designate, have access to the REI Wise platform.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a CCI.
Yeah, they're very good. So it's all part of your benefits there.
And I like the analysis part of it, because as brokers, we kind of start off by analyzing a property to price it properly, right? And to see if the seller wants to sell for a market range. And then if we use REI Wise, we don't have to re-enter that information when we start to do our offer memorandum, right?
Exactly right. We'll take it back a step.
Yeah.
And this is what we've just completed, and really, really excited about it. So in your CRM, you already have information about the Parkview Plaza or whatever the building is that you're chasing. You've got the tenants in there. You've been tracking. You've been diligent as a broker. You know that asset. So when you're canvassing, you're talking to the owner, and they say, you know what, I might be interested in selling that. What do you think it's worth? From your CRM, you can pop up right into REI Wise to get to a quick investment analysis. Plug in a few numbers. You know what? I think that's worth $10 million in today's market. You know what? The client would say, well, send me a proposal. So press one button. All of your REA information, RealNex CRM information, is now in REI Wise.
Nice.
With no redundancy. All of that can be used to customize and tweak your proposal. It can also then drive the analytics and your financial analysis. So you don't have to rekey numbers, lease rates, all of the size and square footage of every unit. You already did that in your CRM. Now you bring it over to REI Wise. And then that next touch converts that proposal into all of the marketing material and publishes it out to our website and to an e-marketing campaign management system that we've built.
All pre-branded with your company information from the get-go.
Exactly.
Right.
So yeah, we have a number of templates that are available generically, but everything can be branded with your colors, your logo, your look and feel.
Right. And an offer memorandum can be customized, right? If you
There
wanna
are,
bring in-
some 20 different sections that you are sort of pre-built, that you pick and choose which ones you want, from demographics to financials to market information, bios and profiles of your company, market summaries and statistics, and then any number of PDFs or documentations that you have outside the system that you want to bring in, very simply and easily indexed and put into a comprehensive package.
So maybe you're a landlord and you're creating an offer memorandum to attract tenants, and you're doing it in REI Wise, and then with another couple clicks, you've created a website, right?
You created a website, and you know what? In a couple of years, when you want to sell that building, all of that information's there, so it's all packaged and bundled and available to put onto the market. And one of the things that we found really interesting with REI Wise and combined with the rest of the suite is the deal rooms. The deal rooms are a very powerful way to be smarter in your marketing, because you can create a vault of all of the information you want to let out to the market, have confidentiality agreements signed, and only allow certain people to come in to look at that information. But if you do an e-marketing campaign, and we've got a system that handles that as well, you can broadcast out to any number of people. But those people that come into the deal room, are your real prospects. So you don't want to try to track hundreds or thousands of people or even dozens of people that you might have been marketing to, but the 10 or 12 that came back and looked at your documents, and those few that looked at them a lot, you're going to know exactly what they looked at, when they looked at it, why they looked at it, and you're going to know who your best prospects are and be able to very effectively market your space.
That's fantastic, and it's all included in the price of REI Wise, or if you've gotten the bundle in RealNex. And also you can do electronic signatures of confidentiality agreements online?
Exactly, yep.
Okay.
So it's all done one touch. You come into the vault, you get your e-signature, and we know that you've secured that space to come in and look at those documents.
And you can allow multiple layers of access there, right? So if you want them to have access to offer memorandum after they sign the CA, okay. If you want them to have other documents, you can have those more secure.
Exactly.
Right.
You secure it by user and by document type. So you create different folders that people may or may not have access to.
Yeah. And how about reporting? Can you use that system to do some reporting on the activity?
Well, it's a combination of reports that are all consolidated and can all be consolidated now through the CRM. So we're pulling information from a lot of different sources to come back into CRM to give your clients the real-time reporting of all of the activity. But if you just want activity on your deal rooms and you just want to work in the REI Wise platform, you have that readily available.
Yeah, and I think that's interesting, going back to the CRM program that you guys have. RealNex CRM, it used to be REA 10. I think some brokers get into the business and they look at that and they go, ooh, that seems a little complicated, but I think they don't know what they don't know. It's already set up to do what you're going to be doing. What you may not know it yet, but you're going to use a lot of the powerful tools in the system, and you may not know it when you go in. So as you're looking to pick a CRM program, don't just go for the simple one. You might want that power and you don't know it yet, right?
Well, you want the power and you want the flexibility and the customizability of that. So it really helps train you how to do the business.
Yeah.
And even so in the CRM, it's the same thing as in the analytics. Some people are very frustrated by numbers. They're not a numbers person, but a simple wizard that we have in REI Wise who walks you through the process. Just fill in the blanks, simple fill in the blanks. It tells you what you need to know, and once you fill in those blanks, it populates a comprehensive cash flow analysis that makes you look very smart to your customer and gives them better information.
Make me look smart too?
Even you, Mike.
How about a lease analysis?
5 property side-by-side comparative lease analysis. Again, it's one of the things that's very difficult to do. A lot of people try to do it in Excel, and it's a lot of numbers that have to be put in, and a lot of reports that have to be created that Excel doesn't really lend itself to. So with our comparative lease analysis, not only do you get the comprehensive numbers, but a myriad number of charts and graphs and statistics, and it's all available online. So you can send your client a link to it, they can interact with it, go online. You're not just sending them a file, then they're sending you back a file, you're interacting, but in real time on the web you're able to share information and collaborate. So you're able to look at pictures of properties or the base profile of them, as well as all of the numbers about the lease and net effective rents at the bottom line, where you can find your best deal.
That's fantastic. I'm glad we got to talk about REI Wise, because I think there's a lot of power there, and if you don't, go see it. You're going to like it. And stay tuned with us. We're going to have some more tools, some more technology. Stay tuned. We're going to have more for you. I'm Michael Bull. This is the Commercial Real Estate Show. We'll be right back. Xceligent, the resource professionals like CCIMs, CBRE, JLL, Colliers, and Bull Realty use for market intelligence. Commercial Search is the site to market and find available properties to buy, sell, or lease all over the country. Visit commercialsearch.com. Welcome back to the Commercial Real Estate Show, where we always have fun. I'm Michael Bull. Thanks for being with us. Today we're talking about real estate technology. We have Jeff Finn with us from RealNex. He's president and CEO. And Jeff, one of the other types of technology that you guys have acquired and perfected is property line. Tell us about that.
Well, once you've secured a property to sell, or you have a property you want to market, you want to be sure that you get it out in the public domain as effectively as possible. Property Line is one of the largest public listing systems out in the marketplace, and we've got a great utility there to showcase availabilities as well as to find property that's available. So it's a list, search, and market type of function, where as an owner or as a broker, you're able to put your properties on the system, showcase those properties to the market, but as an investor or a tenant, you're able to come in and look for properties that might be suitable to you.
Okay, and so you can put properties on there that are available for public or discrete private display? Or is it all just public?
Well, it's public display, but we have what we call PL Direct, which is an ability to take just your listings and put them on your website, so you're able to show them to the people that you want. And if you want to secure those properties, you can, and you can limit the view and access to those properties.
Right, and that's great, because I think one of the most expensive parts of a real estate website is the database of properties. So you can use this system as that database for your properties, right?
Exactly, yep.
Okay, and it's branded with your information, and it's searchable and everything, right? It's all set
All
together.
branded. All the flyers that come,
Yeah.
come out of it are going to look like Bull Realty or whatever the company, whether it's a national brand that we've got standardized. So an agent that's listing with one of the national brands will have that to easily draw upon, or if you're a local firm, local company, we can simply tailor your brand to the output and the look and feel.
To help a listener or viewer get an idea of what it's like, is there other systems out there that are somewhat similar that they may
Well,
think
the
of?
major competitor in the space is LoopNet, and so we are an alternative to LoopNet in the market for public listing as well as hosted listings.
Okay.
The other piece that we've just come to market with, which we're really excited about as well, is called Areas. It's area research, economic sites, and analytics.
And it's part of
or
Property
analytics
Line.
and sites. So
And it's part of Property
It's
Line.
part of Property Line.
Okay.
But what that does, it takes all of the property in a region or in a portfolio level, whether it's at a company or in a geography, and it puts it together with a very nice graphical display using a map interface that also layers in a host of economic, demographic, labor, and related statistics. So it's not just property information, but it's information that will help a tenant or an investor make a better decision faster, because they have all the access to that information in one site.
Yeah.
And we found that the market for that is economic development firms, regional agencies, as well as large firms that want to have a private showing of their portfolio, either at multiple office or a single office company.
Yeah, and if you're watching the video, you're seeing an example of this. And if you're listening on the podcast or the radio stations, go to the show website. We'll have some samples up of this. I mean, this is fantastic, because not only are you looking at maybe all the office properties in a certain area, you can also see population. You can overlay lots of various demographics to help you make decisions whether
Exactly.
you want to go look at that property.
So you want to know where your customers are or where the people that you want to draw upon from a labor pool are. And your customers are at the person level, so you can see where people are that you want to access, but also if you're serving restaurants, for example, and you want to put a distribution center in to serve restaurants, you can plot out on the map to find out exactly where is the highest density of those. So you want to have quick access to those types of end users.
Okay, so if I've put my property in there, is there also an e-marketing part of Property Line?
There is, and Property Line has, been in business for many years as well, and over that time, about 150,000 people have registered with the site saying, I'm looking for office buildings, I want space, I want industrial, here's what I'm looking for, so that whether you're a seller of a property, an owner of a property, or a broker representing that ownership can come in and run a broadcast against our public database of users, active purchasers or investors in the marketplace.
That's fantastic. And if the user of Property Line also has REI Wise or your CRM program, is it easier to put the property in that system?
Oh, that's the beauty of the integration that we're building, and it's not all complete yet, but I talked about a certain level of integration that's already done, and by the end of the year we'll have a full suite of integration which will enable you, again, from your CRM to push your property right into Property Line, to take it and think about this connectivity. You've got the ability to take your CRM data, create all of your content in REI Wise, so you have all the analytics, all the documentation, your website links, publish it out to Property Line, run an email campaign out to that marketplace, bring the people back into your deal room, sell your property faster.
Excellent. Sold or leased, right? All right, well, stay with us. We'll have more commercial real estate technology in just a moment. I'm Michael Bull. Stay with us. The Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you in part by your friends at Bull Realty. When your business requires proven performance, visit bullrealty.com or call 800-408-BULL. Welcome back to the Commercial Real Estate Show. I'm Michael Bull. Today we're talking about real estate technology. We have Jeff Finn here. He's president and CEO of RealNex. He has a big brokerage background, and now he's in technology, creating some great technology for the commercial real estate industry. And Jeff, this next one we're going to talk about might be useful to landlords, to tenants, and very valuable to tenant reps and landlord reps leasing space. And tell us about Tenant.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head with the market segments that we serve. So 10.8 was really built as a transaction management efficiency driver for the leasing business. So often things are done on paper or PDFs or in ways that wasn't taking advantage of technology. So it starts with most often you've got an inquiry from a tenant saying they're looking for 10,000 square feet, 20,000 square feet in the market, and you want to create a tour book. So we've created a really cool tour book app. So on your iPad or iPhone, you can download the app, and we can feed into that the tour.
No more killing trees?
No more killing trees, and no more locked in the way that you printed it, because that's the way you printed it. Now you can actually download all the properties that you want to look at. Here's the tour we want to do today. Here, there's 10 properties, and you maybe look at the app or the website. It's all available on the website as well. And you say, well, you know what? I don't like that one. I don't like that one. So just check them off, and reorder the tour on the fly. You've got now a highly customizable, tailored tour with the picture of the property, the map of the property, street view of the property, all the documents, floor plans, pictures, and numbers related to that property. So before you even go in the field, or as you're going in the field, you have all of the information you need at your fingertips. And what's really cool about it is that we are able to add to it on the fly in the real-time world of the tour.
That's what I like, the interaction with the tenants themselves.
Right.
And the tenants can actually do it as well, right? Tell us about that.
That's what it's all about. So, while most people have an iPad or iPhone, if they don't, as a tenant rep, you might say to your tenant, and they might, often you're going on a tour with 3 or 4 people, right? So
if they're big enough tenant, I'll give them one. Right?
Exactly. So you're going to give them the iPhone or iPad. Say, just take this app with you on the tour. As you're going through the space, take pictures of what you're interested in. What you want to remember. Take notes about the space as you go through it. Say, I love the boardroom. I don't like the color. I don't like the carpet. I love the views. So you're taking pictures, taking notes, and you're rating the space with preset criteria customizable by you and the tenant that you want. So I love the accessibility. I love the amenities. I love the views. I hate the traffic that's outside. You know, whatever it is, you're able to rate and evaluate. So Michael might have one rating of a 8.3, Jeff might have one of 7.4, and the big boss might have one of 2. So it all gets weighted, and you can look at it at the end of the day, but you might end up with that 2 vote that wins the day. But at least it gives a good, solid, qualitative analysis to measure against, and with the quantitative analysis and the financial analysis that we can do in REI Wise, and give you the really hard numbers from the financial side for the tour on one side, and then you get the rating of what people thought about it. What's it going to be like to work there? Do I like it or not? And then it manages a workflow. So you do the tour, and then I want to bid on the space. I'm going to make a bid or ask for a proposal from the landlord, and it takes all of the interactions of the bidding process back and forth with every step of the way to track and manage that through the completion of the transaction. So it streamlines the communication, it streamlines the negotiations, and it gets you to a better result faster.
That's fantastic, and I like the subjective reporting, if you will, because a tenant goes and looks at a lot of spaces, and they know they liked the lobby, they liked the feel of the security. Hey, my clients and my employees, I felt, so it's that subjective information that sometimes is real important today for recruiting.
It is, and you know what? And when you're looking at so many spaces in a short period of time, right? Sometimes they get confused. So it's better to get it documented in real time, and then everyone has it available into the private and secure web group that's available to them when they go back to the office.
Right, and they feel very involved, right? The tenants feel very involved because now on their iPhone or their iPad, they're rating, they're taking pictures, they're involved, and they can really remember it when they get back to the office and they toured 5 properties. Yep. They know what they looked at, right?
They're engaged, and as a broker representing them, what they liked and what they didn't like, so it makes you smarter, enables you to help them better. I don't want to forget about the landlords, though, because the tool is just as effective and just inverts the process for the landlord. So as a landlord or a leasing agent for a landlord, you're constantly getting calls, and I'm looking for 10,000 square feet of space, I'm looking for 2,000 square feet of space. So every inquiry can be instantly logged into 10.8 and automatically help you generate the proposal that goes out. So you can pump out your proposal for Suite 103. When you do that, it's letting the landlord know that you had an inquiry. As that inquiry moves through to a tour, or moves through to negotiation, or moves through to a completion, it tracks it through that life cycle. So you have great metrics on activity. So I conducted 10 tours, 2 deals were done. It also helps certain tenant reps might be wasting your time, or certain might be really good, because it can track it by the tenant rep, or if they come in, they're likely to bring you a big fish. So certain tenant reps are going to bring big deals over time, others are going to bring small deals. So if I'm marketing a certain type of block of space, I'm going to want to chase the tenant rep that's always hunting with a larger tenant. So it gives you a lot of analytics and a lot of tools that make you smarter and more effective in your marketing of that space, as well as your management of the process and the activity and dynamics of the marketplace. Because you can look over time to see how fast is space moving. And I know that in 2012 it was not moving so well, but in 2014, 2015, it's flying off the shelf. So.
And before the break, we're on it, but this was created by a tenant rep, right?
Yep.
So again, this wasn't created from a technology guy. This was a tenant rep that knew he needed this, Patrick Braswell.
They knew the business well. He was a very successful broker, built a solid tool and a great marketplace, and it's now all plugged in and integrated with the RealNex suite.
And available for you. All right, well, stay tuned. We have some more technology for you. I'm Michael Bull. This is the Commercial Real Estate Show. We'll be right back. Xceligent, the resource professionals like CCIMs, CBRE, JLL, Colliers, and Bull Realty use for market intelligence. Commercial Search is the site to market and find available properties to buy, sell, or lease all over the country. Visit commercialsearch.com. Welcome back. I'm Michael Bull, and this is the Commercial Real Estate Show. Today we're talking about commercial real estate technology. Jeff Finn is here in Studio One with us, and Jeff, e-marketing is a part of almost every business marketing today. But in commercial real estate, there wasn't really anything built for commercial real estate e-marketing, but there is now. It's one of your products called BuzzTarget. Tell us about that.
That's correct. It's a excellent product, very new to the market as this technology has evolved. What brokers need, in addition to publicly posting their property out on a public listing system, which we have in Property Line, and BuzzTarget also markets property in a public listing system. But the real power of the BuzzTarget engine is that we can take our highly targeted marketing material that we've created in the RealNex suite and publish that out to both the public market that we talked about with Property Line, but in addition, you can concurrently market it to your own private list of prospects. So from the RealNex CRM, you might want to send a flyer to your 100,000 or your 100 investors for multifamily in Atlanta. So import all the data of those buyers and run campaigns to that group. And through BuzzTarget, you get the ability to create the customized material, broadcast that out, and get real-time analytics on the fly of everyone that's looked at the property and what their level of activity was with the marketing information.
And
so you're getting a statistical report back, as well as replacing what were some our generic campaign managers out that most people have had to use in the past and that are disconnected from their normal workflow. So we've now connected e-marketing into your normal workflow. So from CRM, again, drive your creation of your collateral, drive your prospect list, run your campaigns all seamlessly.
Right. So if you use something like Constant Contact or something, you're probably doing a lot more entry than you have to do. You might as well use something that's more customized for commercial real estate.
Exactly. Yep.
And it's going to have some built-in lists that you can access as well, right?
So you've got the public lists that we talked about earlier, but now you can add into that your private list. So one process hits both markets, and you've got it done and tracked and data coming back to you into your CRM again that lets you know what happened. So again, on one dashboard, you can have all the information you need about what's happened with that property marketing activity.
Yeah. And people are going to use e-marketing, and you have to today, right? If you're doing something that's more public broadcast, or even if you're doing a private list to a small group, you can use it. And I like how it's easy to use.
It's really easy. It's not just you can. A lot of people use it for a single property. Others want to use it for their general solicitation. So it might be that I've got a portfolio or a number of properties in a region. I want to send that to a broader list and gain some prospecting. So you have different templates, different forms, different types of materials that can be embedded into that marketing campaign. So from a newsletter to multi-property offering to a single property offering can all be part of your business development routine. And you with your private emails, you have unlimited distribution.
Right, meaning if you wanted to send them something every day, you could. You're not going to get charged like you would in a Constant Contact.
Exactly. So you have one price and unlimited access.
But if I'm on your list, don't send it every day.
Well, you know what? And this is an important point. I think in all of our activities, we follow the spam rules, and people can unsubscribe. So if you start to abuse a list, you're going to be unsubscribed. So you need to manage it carefully.
Yeah, that's true. And if you're watching the video, you're seeing some of this. If you're not, you're listening on one of the radio stations, go to the show website. We'll have the links there. Or if you want to go directly to RealNex, it's realnex.com. That's RealNex.com, right? And you can get some more information. And Jeff, it's great. It's good that somebody from the commercial real estate industry is in the technology industry, because you know the pain, you know what we've been going through. So thanks for being with us here in Studio One and sharing all this with us.
It's really a pleasure, Michael. Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. And thanks for joining us out there on the radio stations and the show website. We appreciate you being with us. Next week, we're going to talk about the restaurant industry. So until next week, be sure that you always lead, learn, and laugh, and join us for the Commercial Real Estate Show. The Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you by Bull Realty, a great place to do business. Xceligent, information for the professionals. And Commercial Search, properties for sale and lease. To access these companies or for additional videos, podcasts, and articles, visit CREshow.com.